Only in a community as silly as Dead by Daylight's would we even be having this discussion, but here we are, having this discussion. For those of you who don't know, there is a popular YouTuber named Spookinjukes who makes some really high quality content, and I do advise you to go check it out if you're looking for more DVD content in your life. Honestly, I'm a big fan of his. I discovered him kind of recently, I guess 2-3 months ago, and overall I'm a big fan of what he's putting out there, but that's not really the point of this. It's not about plugging this other this other YouTuber. It's about pointing out that this really seems to be where the debate started. So Spookinjukes has a running series where viewers are able to send him videos of toxicity that they've encountered in Dead by Daylight, and he goes through it and he comments, you know, who's in the right, who's in the wrong, and we have a little bit of fun at the expense of people who take the game probably, definitely way too seriously. It's a fun series. And one of the more recent ones, in fact it came out within a week of me recording this, saw a particular streamer losing his mind over the fact that the killer was running Lightborn. And he called him, and I quote, a Lightborn Andy. He said the perk was boring and it made it no fun to play Survivor, and he DC'd from the match as soon as he realized Lightborn was in play. Now, see, I thought this is where it was going to end, or that was where it was going to end, right? I thought that was going to be the last of it. Okay, that one guy didn't like Lightborn. What an idiot. Haha, let's laugh and let's move on. But what this actually ended up creating was a cycle where both on the forums and in the YouTube community, different creators have taken to share their opinions about Lightborn. And it turns out it's a more controversial perk than I realized. Now, another really great DBD YouTuber, Scott Yund, he created a video talking about Lightborn and his view that it is not a very good perk. That in his view, just to summarize the video, once survivors realize you have Lightborn, they're going to just hammer the gins, and they're not going to try to flashlight stun you anymore, or flashlight blind you, sorry. And basically, his point was that by running Lightborn, you are essentially showing that you don't know what you're doing, and you're making the survivors play more efficiently. And there is some truth to what he said, but I guess that it didn't go particularly well with, go over particularly well with Spookinjukes, who then made another video talking about how some people were criticizing Lightborn and how it's a fun meme perk and people need to chill out. And it seemed maybe a little pointed at Scott. I don't know for sure that that's who it was pointed at, but it really, the time of release and some of the phrases used would lead me to believe that yes, it was most definitely a reference to, or it would lead me to believe it was most definitely, that's kind of oxymoronic in its own right. But anyway, I wanted to chime in and I wanted to offer a quick video here where I say that personally, I'm a fan of Lightborn. I have been playing this game since probably 2 months or so before the Clown was released, and in my time, I have very, very rarely come across killers using Lightborn, but when I have, it certainly has not impeded my fun. Now, if you go on my streams, which you should, because they're great streams, dus_food at Twitch TV, if you go to my streams, you'll notice I don't use flashlights when I play Survivor. It's just not a thing I do, right? I do not use flashlights. It is not part of how I play the game. And it's not a matter of, oh, well, is it toxic? Is it, no, I don't think it's toxic. You can be toxic with a flashlight, but getting flashlight blinds is not toxic in and of itself. However, it is very frustrating for the killer. And some killers choose not to want to stare, or they don't want to stare at walls every time they want to pick somebody up. Or they don't want to have to worry, am I going to get blinded this time? Am I going to lose the progress on that chase? And I think that the point Scott made about how you can just counter Lightborn by looking at a wall, it's true, but it's not really taking the entirety of the game into account. Now, Scott has admitted that he is exceptionally good at the game because he plays it as a career. And that's very true. Scott is very, very good at the game. And I think that where Scott sees Lightborn as being unnecessary because even if he gets blinded, he can just go down the Survivor again. I'm speaking as somebody who's played a lot of the game but still isn't very good at it. When I drop somebody because I've been blinded or stunned or whatever, that is a massive loss for me because there is no guarantee that I capture the same Survivor even relatively quickly. I am not super good at the game, especially certain killers I'm just really, really not good with. So to say that, well, if you get flashlight blinded, you can just go grab them back, you know, it's not necessarily true, right? So it's a convenience perk. And I think that's what's being missed here is it's kind of turned into this debate of is it meta or not. Whereas I don't think the original claim, specifically from Spook and Jukes, was that it is meta. Because nobody in their right mind is going to tell you that Lightborn is meta. Lightborn is not meta. What it is a quality of life perk. It's kind of like Brutal Strength, right? You don't need to run Brutal Strength. But if you do, it feels good. And it helps a little bit. I have always admitted that my guilty pleasure in Dead by Daylight is perks that let me do, let me do regular tasks slightly faster. So I unironically love Pharmacy. Pharmacy is a very fun survivor perk. Why? Because I get an open chest 80% faster. It's great. I love it. it's why I like Bamboozle. Is it nice that it blocks off the window? Oh yeah, it's nice. But really it's more just me enjoying vaulting faster. And that's what Lightborn is. Lightborn is in that same category of perks that just make your life a little bit easier. Are they going to win you the game in the same way that Ruin Undying or Noed might win you the game? No, of course not. Of course not. And I don't think anybody's making that case except for the most entitled of survivors. The ones who think that this is just some kind of game wrecker because they don't know the game. And that's not condescending, right? That's not me saying, oh, they're dumb and I'm smart. No, it's just if you play the game long enough, you realize that perks like Lightborn, they're just not that good. They're not very good perks, but they are nice to have. And you know, gosh, I guess I've been playing the game for a couple years now. How many times have I used Lightborn? Just a few, not many. But when I do use it, it's nice. I remember using it against another streamer one time, and I watched back to see their perspective on the VOD, and their reactions were hilarious. They really seemed to get a kick out of me running Lightborn. And, you know, I think that's what we need to strive for, is just having a fun time with the game. Are you having fun? Are you not? If the answer is yes, I'm having fun, good. Keep doing you. So long as you're not cheating, you are playing the game exactly right. And if your answer is no, I'm not having fun, I think you suddenly are left with this dilemma of, well, you should either go find something that you will have fun with, or maybe consider not always sweating it out. Maybe consider just running some fun quality of life perks, some gimmick builds. I think that's really, so many times when DBD has a debate, you get this perspective of the super hardcore crowd and the more casual crowd that plays the game just to play the game and have fun with it. And I think that's kind of the issue here. But that's really, that's kind of my 2 cents on it. I do have a quote on my my Steam profile that says that the killer and survivor rulebooks don't exist. Play the game how you want. And I think that's what everybody would be much better off doing. Just play the game how you want. If that means camping, tunneling, slugging, do it. Go for it. I don't care. If that means hammering out gens, you know, bully squad style, do it. I don't care. It's just a game. It's not just a game. It's just Dead by Daylight. Just have fun with it. If you're not having fun with it, find something you have fun with, because life is way too short to spend all this time on a game you don't even like. That's going to do it for me. Make sure you do hop on over to Twitch. Give me a follow at twitch.tv/das_food. Make sure you do give this channel on YouTube a subscription if you like it. I mean, look, it's not the best content, but it's what we're putting out there. It's the stage in life we're at, right? So thank you so much if you made it this far. Hope you're having a great day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, friends.